Yo, dudes. D2R Season 4 is up and running, and I'm currently playing hardcore on this Hammerdin, this Holy Bolt kind of Fist of the Heavens FoHaDin, right? It's going quite well, but I figured I'd make a video just kind of show you the progress of the character and sort of what it took to get here, and maybe if you're interested, you can check it out too. So without further ado, let's hop into the build, and I'll show you where I'm at now, and then reverse engineer how we got here. So currently doing okay. We're alive, which is number one, right? So we're alive at level 87, and this character is in dire need of a respec soon, but that's okay. That's part of getting here, right? Part of your adventure. So this guy is doing, let me see here. He's got 224% magic find because I got super lucky, and I'll show you the gear right here to get out of the way a bit. So I was able to nab up a Harlequin Crest Shaco in hardcore. Found this, and it's been nuts. I've also got a War Traveler, which is crazy. And again, super lucky to find this stuff. In addition to that, one of our community members gave me the Vexco pull. I found a pull myself, so this guy's using a Hodo, that's great. But maybe you don't get there. This video is okay because it'll show you what you can use as well. And I was able to scrounge up here a Rondash. It's got 42 all res. You see right here, fire res 42, right? That tells you that the base shield was 42 all resistances, and the Spirit Rune Word kind of bumped everything up to 77. And of course, the cap would be 75 all res. So he's doing really good. I got supremely lucky. I found the Ohm and Ist Rune off of my Forge and Mal off the ground. So it had a CTA made, and it rolled 2, 3, 4, which is excellent. And then I have just another Spirit Shield on the offhand because I want to get the plus to skills when I use CTA. So this guy, again, go through the skills here for you. This guy is maxed out on Holy Bolt. He's maxed out on Fist of the Heavens. He's also maxed out on Holy Shield. And the aura I've been running the whole time is currently Salvation. And so Salvation is level 26. It is a bit of a waste of a points, but it's keeping me alive, and it's letting me do magic finding, which is hopefully the next step that I hit would be like a Skin of the Viper Magi, so I can replace my stealth chest, and then that'd be pretty good. I'm also using a Triangle's Girth because I do want life. I like the mana. Can't be frozen is very, very huge. Replenish life, just a very good defensive belt. Ideally, that's going to become Arachnid's Mesh later on, but this guy's nowhere near being a Hammerdin yet, but that's his future, right? As far as rings go, I've got this 15 strength, 34 life, 6 mana, which is pretty great. I'm also using a basic magic find ring, which is great because it helps me find more stuff. I'm trying to break or crest over that 200% magic find, and this build does it. So I got to tell you, so far, kind of happy that I'm not dead, and the magic find's up above 200, which is great. I'm over 200, I'm happy. As for an amulet, I just found this today, and I'm pretty excited about it. Plus 1 Paladin skills, 10 FCR. It's got life and mana, all res and magic find. Like, I found this off of the Shank. And I'll show you guys what I do with this character. It's quite efficient. So I just go to the Frigid Highlands, right? And I do this. I swap. I put CTA buff on. I switch back. Holy Shield for max skills. I come down here. And I'm just going to kill Shank. And I target this guy down here. And that's it. And Shank kills everything else. See, none of these guys, these enslaved, none of the enslaved are demons. Not a single one is. But that doesn't stop, hey, okay, I'll take that. That doesn't stop these guys from casting Holy Bolt and absolutely helping out. So I'll show you that again. When I hit them with Fist of the Heavens, all those Holy Bolts cascade out, and that's what kills Shank. And it really only takes 1 or 2 with this kind of gear, and it's great. So sometimes you get locked up here on the stairs with these little guys, depends on what's here, and we just go. So this is kind of what I've been doing, farming Shank, and it's been really, really good. And I'll just sit here for a minute, right? And I wait to see what drops. And look around, because these things can drop high runes. Like, I've gotten lows out of here before, and that'd be really good for the mercenary, because, well, he needs some help. So let's get out of here, and I'll show you the mercenary's gear real quick. So I'm opting for Cure, because I do like this helmet. It's very, very strong. It gives him a bunch of life and vitality. It gives him poison res. It gives me cleansing aura, which is great, because amp damage can just be a killer in hardcore. I've also got a CV, an Insight Colossus Volge, and it rolled a 16 med in 241, so it's actually pretty good. Pretty happy with this. You'll notice it's not ethereal, but this is hardcore. You take what you can get, and so far he's doing okay. As for the armor, I'm using the Leviathan Kraken Shell, so it's physical damage received reduced by 23%. I'll take that. Makes him a little bit more tanky. Ideally, he'd be using a Treachery or a Smoke or something like that. Ultimately, Chains of Honor will be great. Dol Umber Ist when I get there, because that'll give him the Leech. And once he gets that Leech with Cure and a good Ethereal Colossus Volge, he'll be able to kill anything when I switch into a Hammerdin, because I'm going to give him Concentration Aura, and I expect this damage to go somewhere north of about probably 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 in that area. So how did I get here? Let's talk about what I've been doing and what you can do to sort of walk in the path of this guy. Check it out. So using the character planner here available on Maxroll, I've got 3 different characters ready to go. The first one's a level 27 paladin, the second one's a level 40, and third one's level 65, just to sort of stagger across the way that we level up in this guy. So the things that I recommend you do, you start off by putting like 1 point into might, then you could put another point into prayer, so level 1, level 2, level 3 could be sacrifice, 4 could be smite, right? 5 could be might, and then 6 goes into holy bolt. And once you actually put your points into holy bolt, you start to do that a lot more until you have enough points to get into, or enough levels, excuse me, to get into charge for your movement skill. And you kind of navigate down, keep putting your points into holy bolt, navigate down into blessed hammer. So at 24, you could put 1 point into holy shield and then 1 point into meditation at 24. Now you have a bunch more mana coming your way. You've got a better chance to block, and you're casting holy bolts. This is a holy bolt leveling sort of approach. And your mercenary, you'll see it's in red. He can't wear his stuff. He's only level 20, but ideally the mercenary will eventually be able to use an insight as well. And the levels of meditation would be much higher than you're going to obtain at level 27. So get him there when you can, okay? So at level 24, you've got meditation and holy shield. At level 25, you've probably still got more holy shield, right? 26, holy shield. 27, boom, holy shield. Now you got some good block. You got some good holy bolt damage. You got meditation, and boom. Now you have a really good meditation for your mercenary. The sort of crux of this video is what kind of gear should you look for on your guy? What's going to get you through it? And I'll show you right now. It's pretty awesome, especially on the paladin, which the class is very strong. It doesn't need too much help. And have a look. So the lore helmet, right? Before I got my Shaco, before I was lucky enough to find one, I was still using lore. And that was around like level 80. So this will go all the way up. So lore, amazing. Stealth, go to. You're also going to use dual spirits. So the cool thing about being a paladin is you get a powerful shield for your class, which will give you all res, and then you also get to use the same rune word in a weapon. So putting this stuff together, you get up to, if you roll it well enough, up to 70% faster cast rate, because 35 here plus 35 here, plus in the lore, and then stealth gives you 95% faster cast rate, which is the second highest breakpoint paladin needs. So if you're lucky enough to roll those, awesome. If you don't hit 35, that's okay. Stealth gives you 25 anyway, so it kind of bridges the gap there. You could look for FCR, faster cast rate, on like an amulet. You could also look for it on your rings if you get there. But what I'm going to recommend you look for is an amulet with some life, faster cast rate if you can get it, and then magic find. I want people to be able to hit a 75 faster cast rate breakpoint, ultimately working towards 125 so we can transition from a FoHaDin to a Hammerdin later on. So things that you might want to look for. Again, 10% faster cast rate, any amount of life on an amulet keeps you alive, and magic find to help you hit that magic 5% of hopefully 200 to hit more uniques. And then rings, look for like life and mana and magic find. Just look for those things. If you get that, you're doing much better than you would be without. As far as belts go, something basic. That looks insane. If I had this belt, I'd be very happy, but look for some amount of life and then cold and fire res, because it'll help you hit that cap in normal difficulty. As for gloves, strength and dex is good, and again, more resistances and magic find. You'll see. You want to get main stat like strength and dex. Strength helps you wear the gear. Dexterity helps you increase block rate. Helps you block more things in addition to Holy Shield being active, right? As for boots, again, something with faster run walk would be nice, and some amount of resistance is okay. And that's kind of what you're looking for up to level 27. Yeah, that's it. Let's go check out, moving forward, what happens if we hit level 40. You'll notice I'm still using lore. I just turned it into a bone helmet because I think it looks better. And as for the body armor, still using a stealth. The only difference is I've upgraded it to serpent skin armor because it has good defense. So you can use the same rune word. There's not a problem with using the same rune word again and again and again, as long as you're increasing the defense that it provides to you, so you take less damage when you're physically struck. Okay, spirit, still using spirit. So lore, stealth, dual spirit. Exact same amulet, exact same rings, exact same gloves, belt, and the boots I upgraded here to Rite of Passage, if you're lucky enough to find them. If you're not, use the old boots. Rite of Passage give you 30% faster run walk and half freeze duration, so that's pretty cool. The freeze duration, not being frozen, is kind of a big deal. As far as the mercenary here, we'll go ahead and put him to level 40. Now he's all set, and he can actually wear his stuff. And we don't need much for this guy. He's going to die a lot, but he's just an extension of your defense. He's got more vitality. He can take those hits. He can be a front runner, so you can sit in the back and cast those foes, those Fists of the Heavens, like you saw me do against Shank. Now, what's the build look like? You'll notice here, we're actually going to start moving into Hell at about level, moving into Nightmare at about level 40. So to do that, you'll notice we've got maxed at Holy Bolt. I've got 12 points in the Fist of the Heavens now. So at level 40, you can start branching into Fist of the Heavens. To get here, it's like this. You have Holy Bolt. You start putting 1 point into Zeal, 1 point into Vengeance, 1 point into Conversion, so that you can get Fist of the Heavens for level 40. I then have some points into Salvation as well, because when I move into a new difficulty like Nightmare, I'm going to incur a penalty to my resistances. Well, the nice thing about Salvation is it gives us 91 all resistance at the current level, which is 6. That's huge. That'll mitigate the loss. And then we have, again, 1 point into Charge, Smite, and ultimately Holy Shield. So what you want to start doing when you're building this character out is you want to max out Holy Bolt, you want to max out Fist of the Heavens, because that's your main damage dealer, and you want to start getting Salvation up so you have 75 all res sitting right here, 75 all resistance. That's key. And then some amount of block through Holy Shield is great. This way you're not getting smoked. You have a good chance to block the attack. You're resisting much of the damage. Rejuves all the way, that kind of thing. It lets your mercenary do the work, but getting in there and jabbing the crap out of the guy so that you can cast Fist of the Heavens from range, okay? So from 20 to 40, the big difference is we picked up Fist of the Heavens, we maxed out Holy Bolt, we've got now Salvation, and we're moving on. Let's check out what happens at level 60, okay? Look at the gear. It didn't change. And that's like the critical point of the video. Excuse me, Dual Spirit, Lore, and Stealth is more than enough for a character like this to get you through the game. There are going to be sticky points, though. In D2R, there's 3 types. You've got Demon, Undead, and Animal. Neelathok is also an animal-type monster, so Fist of the Heavens may do lightning damage, but that's not the best part about it. The best part is when you hit a target, all the Holy Bolts shoot out behind it. So this could be up for discussion. Sure, tell me what you think in the comments below, but the majority of what this build does that makes it so great is casting Holy Bolt. And as long as your Holy Bolt is like doing big damage, demons and undead will perish to this. Things you could farm would be like the Pits, Chaos Sanctuary, Shank, as you saw. Pindle Skin is fair enough. All those guys, Mausoleum, right? Anything where an undead or demon would be, that's where you want to live. Cows is sort of off the table with this build, simply because they're all animals. And Holy Bolt, a bolt of divine energy that deals damage to demons and undead, or heals allies, is only good in those situations. So when I talk about a Fist of the Heavens or a FoHaDin, I think it's extremely good, it's extremely efficient where it's good, and it's terrible where it's bad. So think of cows. You can't kill anything, right? Now think of the Chaos Sanctuary. It's all demons and undead. A whole bunch of Fist of the Heavens coming down, a lot of stuff dies. And that's why this build can be very strong. So at the gear, Lore, Stealth, and the Dual Spirit is more than enough to do great damage. If I look at the calculations, it says it's doing 7,800 damage per second. But that's, let's have a look over here. That's like this, right? My Holy Bolt here in-game is doing 3,700, right? But 3,700 to 4,191. So that's not too bad. And my Fist of the Heavens is doing lightning bolt damage of 1,160 to 1,210. And the Holy Bolts that shoot out of it are pretty much cut in half at 1,992 to 2,032. So I don't know so much about that damage being true. However, this build gets there. This structure of going from 27 to 40 to 60 will get you all the way into like late 80s, early 90s with ease if you're farming certain areas like Pits, Shank, Chaos Sanctuary. But be safe. The purpose of making this video is to let you know that the character I'm playing hasn't died yet in hardcore, and you can have a similar thing. If you're nervous about hardcore, I understand, but maybe this video, and I'll give you the links to these build variations in the description, maybe this video gives you a little bit more confidence to get out there and give it a shot. You may be surprised at how good Holy Bolt actually is in this game. In Act 3, it's kind of rough. Act 4, it's fantastic. There's certain places, like I said, where it's going to be tough because you can't engage with animal types, but that's where your mercenary steps up and gets the job done for you. I hope this video is informative and hopefully maybe get something going on in your mind. Makes you think about checking out hardcore before Diablo 4 comes out June 1st. So hopefully I see you there, and if not, all good. Enjoy D2R. This class is fantastic, it's fun to play, and I hope you get some really sick loot soon. Much love to all you guys, take care, and adios.